I'm ready to go, and I'm making some great picks. So I'm on the island for 2 games because I'm snatching that chain. So let's go. Let's get into this thing. Let's do it. All right.
Sure you're not drinking anything suspicious?
No. Nothing suspicious. Seltzer water. Seltzer water with a little flavor. Okay.
How, dude?
Man, Detroit is for real. The Lions are back. They are for real. They have grit.
Were they
Hold
ever
on, let me
here?
sniff. They've got grit. They're ready. They're doing it, man. They got the momentum. They're doing it. And this is on the national stage, and they're going to show the world on the national stage that they are for real.
You're saying they're back, but were they ever here? All right, people. So, let me tell you something. I am on the Bengals bandwagon. Yeah.
What?
I'm going to go out with Burrow. And I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl. Not saying they're going to even make the Super Bowl. I'm not even going to say they're going to make the AFC Championship game.
So what are you saying?
What are you saying?
For this particular week, I'm just saying that for this particular week, I am on their bandwagon.
Okay.
Yes.
So 1 week you're on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
Just for 1 week. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Momentarily on the bandwagon.
Okay. All right.
When it comes playoff time, I'm probably not going to be on it anymore.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's
a regular season bandwagon.
That sounds like an entanglement to me. But okay. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, good job. Well, that's going to be fun to watch. Then I think we come back to reality and realize exactly where the Buccaneers are, and the Browns will win this game easily. That's my pick, and I will
easily
this one
easily. Huh?
Diego, grab your dad's cup, smell it. Let's make sure he ain't sipping no poison over there, cuz.
This is former Chicago Bear Desmond Clark, and y'all hear me on many podcasts, but when y'all hear me on PICKEM Pros, y'all know it's all about family. This ain't just business.
We're coming back tonight. We're going to tie it up 2-2, go back to Golden State, then 3-2, and then we're going to control the series.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You know who it is. I am Derrick Thompson.
And I'm Diego Thompson.
And who are we?
We're the PICKEM Pros.
We are the PICKEM Pros coming back at you in the house. We are on the road. Man, we are outside. It's a little rain behind us here. We are visiting family, enjoying Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving Eve right now at time of recording. We are the PICKEM Pros, father-son dynamic duo coming at you with our new show, Who You Got, where we're picking all the games. This is our NFL edition show where we are picking the Week 12 NFL games. We have Desmond Clark, a.k.a. Des, former tight end of the Chicago Bears, joining us once again. He has the coveted PICKEM Pros chain, as he did beat us last week. So he'll be joining us in just a couple of minutes, bragging, recapping Week 11 and picking Week 12. We are going to get the chain back this week. I guarantee it. I'm going to get the chain.
Personally, I'm going to get the chain.
So you're going to go? Okay, we'll see. One of us are going to get the chain. We got to get it. He's had it for a few weeks in a row, so we've got to snatch it. He's talking a lot of junk, making fun of us. We've got to reclaim the chain. But before we go into that and we bring Des in, hey, let's tell everybody who we're playing for. We are personally donating to causes that we feel very passionate about. So whoever wins gets $2,500. We're going to donate to that cause. Whoever loses will get $500 to their cause. So what cause are you playing for?
Yeah, well, I am playing for the cause that will get the majority of the money is the Eat.Learn.Play Foundation in Oakland, California by Steph and Ayesha.
All right, and I am playing for the Jalen Rose Leadership Academy out of Detroit, Michigan. So that's who I am playing for. They're going to get the lion's share of the funds. But hey, so we've been going at it all week. We're going into week 12. I am up 6 games on you, my man. So
Yeah,
I
we
think I'm
tied.
gonna
We
get
got
the
lucky.
lion's share.
Oh,
Now,
yeah,
go ahead.
okay.
Go ahead.
So the trend is that you've been slowly been getting one game every week.
Yep, one game a week. I've been
And
tweaking.
and now it's tied.
We are
So
tied.
now I feel like the trend is starting in my favor.
You're turning it around.
I'm turning it around. So now I'm gonna be slowly. It's gonna be one game a week, then 2 game a week, then 3 game a week, then 4. And it's just gonna keep going.
You're running out of weeks, my man. You're gonna have to pick it up.
See, I'm gonna pick it up at my own pace.
Okay. All right.
And the pace will come.
Okay. We are going
gotta be
to
patient.
we are going to see.
It
Well,
will happen.
Well, we're going to bring Des on in just a moment, but before we do that, let's actually go into our exact records. So, I've got you by 6. We both went 9 and 5 last week. Okay, so we both went 9 and 5. I am 98 and 65 overall. Those of you watching on YouTube here, you can see the slide. My signature win was the Patriots. Patriots over the Jets was a signature win this past week. Again, I went 9 and 5 in week 11. And then Diego, we're showing your slide now. You also went 9 and 5. What was your signature win for this past week?
Well, then, kind of touching to your win. I mean, I would have won if that 92, if that whatever, how long it was, kick return wasn't made, and then an overtime. Yeah. I mean, so an overtime something happens. Yeah. But anyway, I mean, we're not gonna talk about that. I'm still gonna end up beating you for the at the end of the year. So.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm still gonna. But anyway, signature win. It has to be the Raiders over the Broncos because neither you or Des picked the Raiders to win. The Raiders already won the first game. I told you Russ was not gonna cook. And that the Raiders were gonna go into Denver and get a game.
You were on the island for that one. You were on the island for that one. You got us, and that definitely saved you. Well, hey, we have a lot of games to pick this week. Again, we have 12 that we agree on, 4 that we disagree on. Des is on the island for 1. You're on the island for 1. I'm on the island for 2. Ooh, I've got a major upset. Oh, I'm going on a limb for one of mine. So we're going to spend the majority of the time with Des and picking these games. So you ready to bring them in?
I'm ready. Let's bring them in.
All right, let's go ahead and bring Des in and let's pick these games for week 12 so we can get back our chain. Right. Let's do it. All right. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here. 3D, Des, Diego, Derrick. We're here. PICKEM Pros to give you our week 12 picks. Man, our man Des, barely squeaked by and won last week, and it has to change for yet another week. I don't know how he did it, but man, I didn't think he was gonna wear it this week. I figured, he'd just wear it last time. He wouldn't gloat. He wouldn't fly. He just didn't come off as that type of guy. But he's just winning.
Diego, you may be too young to remember this, but LL Cool J had this song. It's called "I'm That Type of Guy." You go back and check it out if you want to. But I am that type of guy. I don't know what you was thinking, Derrick. But yes, I am that type of guy. Hold on, let me get everybody to see it. Oh, and I like the way that you position that. He barely squeaked by. I don't care if you barely squeak by or you just blow past. As long as I'm in front, that's all I care about.
Yes,
so barely a whole lot, man. This chain started to get heavy on my neck.
And he got the black, got the black shirt popping off, got the chain popping, and
don't let it hypnotize you.
Yeah. Well, that is all right. We are here. We are ready. We're ready to take it back. We've got some bold picks. We're on location. We're down here in Dallas, Texas, Diego and I. So we are here. Celebrating. It's Thanksgiving Eve at time of recording. This will be out Thanksgiving morning before the first game. And we're fired up and we're just ready to go. We're ready to go. We're ready to make some amazing picks and take the chain back from Des. So that is our mission this week. Feel extremely confident that we're gonna make that happen. I feel good. You feel good?
I feel good. There's gonna be no more Zach Wilson to let me down again.
Right. That's right.
I'm glad y'all feeling good. That's good that y'all feeling good. You know, we should feel good in the holidays. Yeah. So, but I'm just kind of concerned for y'all tomorrow going through this week. Are you gonna continue to feel good? I really thought this week was like a no-brainer, 16-game picks. But obviously it's not, because we didn't pick all the same thing. So I guess I'll be winning again.
So there are 16 games. So there's been 14 the last few weeks. We're back to 16 this week. So we have a lot to go through, a full slate. We agree on 12 games this week. And there's 4 that we disagree on. So we agree on 12. We'll start with those. And then Des is on the island with 1 game. Diego, you're on the island with 1 game, and I'm on the island with 2 games. I'm on the island with 2 games because I have been in my cup. It's the holidays. I'm ready to go, and I'm making some great picks. So I'm on the island for 2 games because I'm snatching that chain. So let's go. Let's get into this thing. Let's do it. All right.
Sure you're not drinking anything suspicious?
No. Nothing suspicious. Nothing suspicious. Seltzer water. Seltzer water with a little flavor. Okay.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. All right. All right. Well, let's get into it. So let's get into the 12 that we agree on, and then we'll finish with the 4 that we disagree on. So the first out of 12 that we agree on, we have the New York Giants traveling to the Cowboys Thanksgiving Day for that big traditional game. Diego, how's that game looking?
Yeah, we all have the Cowboys in this game just because of how well they're playing. I mean, they beat the Vikings on the road by 37 points, who the week before just went into Buffalo and beat Josh Allen and the Bills. So now they're going back home to Dallas. They played the Giants, who lost at home who got blown out at home to the Detroit Lions. And now they get to play them on Thanksgiving Day on their stage. So I don't see how you can pick against Dallas this week. Well,
I did tell y'all that Dallas is going to beat Minnesota last week. Oh, I don't know why I'm bringing up old stuff. Never mind.
Yeah, that's long time. I barely remember that.
Never mind me.
Yeah. Well, no, you did call that. And yeah, the Cowboys looked great last week. They smashed the Minnesota Vikings. We definitely had Minnesota because Minnesota's been squeaking by. We thought they squeaked by with another one, but they absolutely did not squeak by last week. It
only lasts so long.
Yeah, and got smashed on that one. But we've all have the Cowboys there. All right. So let's move to the second game, the second out of 12 that we agree on. We have the New England Patriots later that night, Thanksgiving night, traveling to Minnesota to play those Vikings. Do the Vikings bounce back or are they going to lose 2 in a row?
The Vikings are going to bounce back this week. I mean, the Patriots, I feel like they've gotten, I mean, last week they had the gift of playing Zach Wilson and the Jets offense. He passed for 77 yards the whole game and passed for literally 2 yards in the second half. So and then they still got lucky to win the game off of a last second kick return. That was just crazy. But now they're going against Jefferson and that explosive Minnesota offense, and I think they're going to bounce back and win today.
I hate to keep bringing up old stuff, but it seems like you're a little upset with the Patriots from them beating your Jets last week, but you're picking them this week. No, you didn't pick them this week, but I ain't gonna bring up no more old stuff after this. The Vikings, they will win because they were embarrassed last week, and I think they want to come back and show people that they are the team in the NFC, one of the teams to beat, and they got to come back and they got to, on the big stage of Thanksgiving, they got to come out and they got to play and they got to have a good showing. So I think they beat the Patriots pretty handily.
Yeah. I think they definitely take that in Thanksgiving night. So hopefully we can all stay up for that, stay out of our food coma and be able to finish that one off and see that one. So we're on the same page with that one. All right, man, we're out here in the elements, man. We're sheltered here, but it's raining here. We're outside again. We're on the road traveling here with family. And yeah, it's raining. So if you hear thundering and whatnot, we're safe. We're okay.
Oh, yeah, we're good.
We're covered. We're good. All right. So the third game out of 12 that we agree on, we have the Denver Broncos traveling to our hometown, Carolina Panthers. All right. Who do we have in this one?
Yo, as a Panthers fan, I'm proud to say that we're going to get a win this week. We all got the Panthers. And here's why. Because of Denver. I mean, they're just so disappointing that, before earlier in the year, people used to talk about how disappointing they were and everything. But now people don't even talk about them. Like, they got swept by the Raiders. like the Raiders, like two of the Raiders' 3 wins all year have came against Denver. So yeah. Then the Panthers. Their new running back that they've been playing since they traded McCaffrey, Deontay Foreman's been running. He's been running very well. The offense QB. We're starting Sam Darnold this week. He might be fresh. A fresh arm.
Yeah.
And we get to play on the Broncos, which offense isn't going to really be that good either. So I think the Panthers will squeak by at home.
Man, it wasn't a really good pick to pick any one of these teams for me. It is Thanksgiving tomorrow. I hope Russ ain't cooking because he hadn't been cooking up much these last few weeks, this whole season at all. So hopefully Sierra is doing the cooking, and Russ, hopefully he can cook up something on the field this week. But whatever he cooks up, I don't think it's going to be enough this week as they go down to the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers is a team that, hey, they don't have a whole lot going for them, but I think they got more going for them than the Denver Broncos right now. So I think they get the win.
Yep. Yeah, agree there. The Panthers have not had a good season, but I agree they have more going for them. They're at home also, and Darnold has a lot to play for. So I think they will squeak out a victory here at home. All right. Well, the fourth game that may not be as tight, we have the Houston Texans traveling to Miami to play the Dolphins. The Dolphins that happen to have many people that are on my fantasy team. My number one fantasy team, because I am in first place. So I just want to, shout out that we may talk about that a little more at the end. Anybody needs fantasy tips, we've got some older videos you can see. We'll probably be posting out some more because I will be winning that. But anyway, that's not the point. Who do we have winning between the Texans and the Miami Dolphins?
Anyways, after you got very sidetracked, I'm gonna pick this game for you. We all have the Dolphins. The Texans are the worst team in the league. The Dolphins have weapons galore. Tua's playing at an MVP level. So just no brain Dolphins.
You know what? I almost picked the Houston Texans in an upset on this one. I feel like this is going to be a closer game than people are going to think. Because I think the Miami Dolphins sometimes tend to play down to the competition. I think this may be one of those games that they play down to the competition, but they still get the victory. I wasn't bold enough to go out on that limb, on that little branch, on that leaf way out there and think that I'm going to do something special by picking the Houston Texans. No.
Yes. And you are right. Some of the Dolphin games have been much closer than they probably should have been. So they do kind of play down to their competition, so to speak. So that is a great point. All right. Well, let's move on to the fifth game out of 12 that we agree on. We have the Atlanta Falcons traveling to D.C. to play the Commanders, led by Heineke, the legend of Heineke. I was on Heineke early. I was on the island with him. These guys will not let me be on the island anymore with Heineke because I think they understand the legend that's growing. So, is that why? Are you guys with me on the Commanders?
Well, there's no legend growing. I just think that they're a good enough team to beat the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, okay. That's what it is. All right. Okay.
Yeah, the Commanders the Commanders will win this game. Heineke has been playing well. The Commanders have a winning. They do have a winning record. They're at home. and they should win this game against the Falcons. It's going to be a tight one though, but they'll win.
Yeah. Nope. I mean, Heineke is playing well, but they are playing the Atlanta Falcons. So they are a better team than the Atlanta Falcons. That's the reason why I picked the Washington Commanders, not because this legend of Heineke or anything like that. But I have a question for the head coach of the Washington Commanders. Is he still unsure? Is he still unsure about Wentz coming back and his injuries? Is he still unsure?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Heineke's been playing well enough to get I mean, especially with the Wentz. Like, Wentz hasn't done anything crazy this year already. So.
Yeah, I do not think he is unsure. All right, so we have the Commanders for that one. On to the 6th game out of 12 that we agree on. We have the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Jacksonville to play the mighty Jaguars. Who do we have in this one?
Yeah, we have the Ravens. They have that great defense. They added the linebacker from the Bears. He's been doing some good stuff for them. Of course, their offense. They have Lamar, one of the best players in the league, and then they're playing the Jaguars, who have the complete opposite record of them at 3-7, while the Ravens are 7-3. So I think that they're going to win this game easy in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in Jacksonville this year. When they got off to that 2-1 start and that defense was playing really good, Trevor Lawrence had those good games at the beginning of the year. I thought this was the year that Jacksonville was going to turn it around, but it's not the year. And after this week, they'll be at 3-9 because the Ravens are just too much for this team to handle.
Yeah. The Ravens are just too much. I can see it being maybe a little closer than we think. I could see the Ravens slightly playing down to the competition, as they can also tend to do. But I think in the end, they pull out the victory and get it. So we are all on the same page with this one. Then we have the 7th game out of 12 that we agree on. We have the LA Chargers, who are getting.
Hold on. Before we go there, Derrick.
Yes.
Man, this chain getting heavy.
Gotta adjust.
All right, what you were saying now? Yeah.
I understand. It can't be heavy. I do know the feeling there. Yeah, my neck is still on swole from when I was kid.
But you hadn't had that feeling in a long time now.
When? It's not in my memory of you wearing the chain.
That's how I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it back in y'all's memory. Put it back in y'all's memory. All right. Well, so moving on, we've got the 7th game out of 12 that we agree on. We have the LA Chargers, who are getting a little more healthy here. Had a tight one last week. They traveled to Arizona to play those Cardinals. Don't know if they're going to have Kyler, so don't know if studying is going to be a factor. But who do we have in this one?
Yeah, we do have the Chargers. I mean, they're getting healthy. They got they got their wide receivers back. They got Keenan Allen. They got Mike Williams too coming back. They should get Joey Bosa on defense soon, and then they'll be at full strength. And then the Cardinals are just falling apart. I mean, they're 4-7. Cardinals. Kyler's hurt. Just the whole team, they haven't been playing well. So the Chargers will win this game.
And right on cue, because I can hear the thunder in the background down there. So the lightning bolts, they're gonna charge up this Arizona Cardinals team. There were questions about the Arizona Cardinals coming into this season, but I don't think anybody thought that it would be this much of a drop off. I think they'll continue to drop off, and the lightning bolts. I'm gonna just keep calling them that as Diego keep looking up in the sky. They still have a chance to go on a run and get into the playoffs, and they are a talented team with a good quarterback. So I like them going down the stretch, not only to beat Arizona but to make a run down the stretch of the season.
Yeah, agreed across the board. I like the Chargers. Don't know if they have enough games, but they're going to be a very dangerous team through the stretch of this season. So we'll see what happens there with the lightning bolts as we have more here on cue.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So the 8th game out of 12 that we agree on, we have the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to Seattle to play those Seahawks. Who do we have in this one, Diego?
Yeah, we have the Seahawks. I mean, they are at home. They've been playing well this year, 6-4. They were tops in the division before their bye. Now they had the bye, so the Niners have tied records, and I think they have the tiebreaker over them. So they're technically first in the division, but they have a chance to reclaim it this week against the Raiders, who've only won 3 games, and 2 of them coming against the Broncos. So I mean, that doesn't really mean anything. Yeah. So but the Seahawks, I think they win this game home.
Yeah, definitely. Seahawks, they're the surprise team still. Well, you still got the Giants also. They're one of the 2 surprise teams of the NFL season this year, and I think they keep rolling this week. I think they pull out this victory.
Yeah, I think they definitely get that. Like you said, no more surprise in there. They're legit in doing it. So they are doing big things. So we're happy to see them continuing everything on. All right. Well, on to the 9th game, the 9th out of 12 that we agree on. We have the Rams, the LA Rams, traveling to Kansas City to play my homeboy and the Chiefs. Who do we have in this one?
We're picking the Chiefs because of that guy Mahomes, of course, MVP. I'm making a prediction right now. Mahomes is going to win MVP, no question about it. And then they are at home. And then just the Rams are riddled with injuries. Matt Stafford is out again with a neck injury. And then Cooper Kupp, of course, still on IR. Yeah. So the Chiefs are going to get this game easy.
So I got a question. I think somebody on here, I don't think it was me or Diego, picked the Rams to go to the Super Bowl. I ain't saying no names. I'm just wondering, is that guy still on the Rams bandwagon right now? Or did he jump clean off like he did this game, which we all did, and pick Rams to lose this game?
Yeah, well, whoever that was that picked the Rams to make the Super Bowl has just jumped off the bandwagon and just told me to let you guys know.
Yeah, we ain't gonna call. Don't call no names, Diego. That's kind of rude if you call names. So we ain't gonna call no names.
Yeah, we ain't gonna call it. I don't know who that was. We don't call no names because I know I picked the 49ers to go to the Super Bowl. So I don't know who that guy was.
I don't know if I'd be confident.
I don't know who that guy was to pick the Rams.
I don't know if I'd be bragging about that, man. Not about them Eagles, dude. Call.
Yeah. Oh man! All right. Well, and man, speaking of those Niners that somebody brilliantly picked to go to the Super Bowl this year, we have the Saints traveling to San Fran to play those Niners. Who do we have in this one?
We all do have those Niners.
Ooh, we do.
Because of a guy that used to play for my former team. Of a guy whose former team is my team. McCaffrey. He's gonna dominate again. He's gonna have another great game. He's pretty much gonna carry the Niners, even though he doesn't really have to because of all the weapons they have. He's still gonna do it. So Niners, they're winning.
But yeah, the Niners, they're looking good. They're looking like that team that's gonna ascend going down the stretch here. And with McCaffrey on that team, man, listen, it's an offense that can be unstoppable once we get towards the end of the season and they start clicking on all cylinders and they had those 4, 5, 6 games to work with each other. So I just look for the 49ers to run off, another 3 or 4 wins straight, starting with this one. Yeah,
it's going to be fun to watch the stretch here, and it's going to be battling for a couple of spots. But I think the Niners definitely get one of those and make a deep run. All right. So then we have the 11th game, 11 out of 12 that we agree on. We have the Green Bay Packers traveling to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. I believe that is the Sunday night game. Who do we have in this one?
We have the Eagles. I mean, they have the best record in the league. They're at home. They've learned from that loss they had a couple weeks ago. They almost lost to the Colts, but then of course they had some heroics at the end. They were able to pull it through. And then the Packers, they have no chance in this game because I thought they had a mid-season rejuvenation sort of when they beat the Cowboys, but then they lost to the Titans. And then just seeing how they quit in that game, and then the sort of just look on their face like they're pretty much done for the year. So the Eagles, I have them. They're winning.
I mean, I get great pleasure out of seeing Green Bay struggle after all the years of having all the great quarterback play and them beating up on the Bears. Not when I was there, but after I left. Man, I enjoy seeing them struggle. So it's with great enthusiasm that I pick against the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers lose another one this week.
All right. Yeah. Yes. The Eagles get this one. The Packers lose another one to Dez's pleasure here. All right. On Sunday night football. Yeah. All right. In the 12th game, the final game that we agree on for this week 12 of the NFL season, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to Indianapolis to play the Colts on Monday Night Football. Your Colts. Who do we have in this one, man?
We have the Colts. The Colts are gonna win.
Okay. And saying it kind of low.
And actually, I actually think I might sort of be this might be a trend of picking the Colts a little more often, because I think I'm forgiving them a little bit more now because of their new head coach. He's given them life. I mean, they beat the Raiders 2 weeks ago. They almost beat the Eagles. It was a really close game. And they play the Steelers, who have one of the worst records in the league. And then I feel like they can win this if they came that close to beating the Eagles.
Yeah. So surprisingly, Jeff Saturday, leading that team with no head coaching experience, he has given them a little juice, given them a little energy. I mean, they were going toe-to-toe with Philadelphia last week. They won their first game with Jeff Saturday. So, this may be that game that people say, maybe Jeff Saturday can be a head coach. So, yeah, I definitely have them winning this game also. And I just want to see the reaction and hear all the pundits and what they have to say when Indianapolis win this game. It's going to be interesting to hear what people have to say.
Yeah, it will be. It will be very interesting. Yeah, so we've got the Colts winning this on Monday night. If they pull this out, like they said, it'll be interesting to hear what everybody has to say. So we'll see. But I think Saturday, it's undeniable to this point. He's definitely giving them a boost. So, and also put, the start quarterback back in. So I think that was one move they needed there if they were going to win. So, all right. Well, now we're going to finish off with the four games that we disagree on. We're on islands here. So Dez is on the island on one, you're on the island on one, and I'm on the island on two. So we're going to get to these. These are the games that are going to decide who wears the chain next week. So that's it. So we get to the good stuff. So we've got Dez. Hey, since he's got the chain, we're going to go to the one game where he is on the island. His Chicago Bears travel to New York to play the Jets. Who you got, Des?
Have y'all seen the Jets lately? If you've seen the Jets lately, you know who I have. Have you seen the Bears lately?
Yes.
Not a whole lot of wins. Not a whole lot of wins, but they are playing pretty good football. Man, their last three games have all been unbelievable games, right down to the wire, and they lost all of them by a field goal or less. It's time for them to take that next step. Justin Fields may be a little injured. I think he'll still play because his non-throwing shoulder. I think they come in and they win this game against a Jets team that can't put up points. And that's why I think the Chicago Bears win this game, because the Chicago Bears, they've been putting up points, and they're going to continue to do that. And I just don't think the Jets they don't have an offense that can score 21 points, and they're going to need at least 24 to even be in this game.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, I mean the Bears have been playing better football, but as you said, it's the wins that count. It's just the wins and the losses, and the Jets have proven more times that they can win. And now without Zach Wilson, who threw 2 yards in the second half, maybe this gives them a sort of mid-season rejuvenation.
Right.
And I mean, Mike White, yeah.
You know what? This is the mid-season downfall for the Jets. You remember about 3-4 weeks ago when I picked the Lions, and I said the Lions were in all of these games, right?
Yes.
And it was just a matter of time before they started winning a few.
Yep.
They've run off 3 in a row. I think the same thing is about to happen for the Chicago Bears. They're going to run off a few of these games because they're playing good football. That they just got to close them out.
All right. We're gonna see. This is gonna be a good. This will make or break. And we'll see if the Bears can take their show on the road and get the big road win in New Jersey for the Jets. So we'll see. So that's the game where Dez is on the island. Now we're gonna move to the game where Diego, you were on the island, my man. I think you have a new favorite team here. We have the Cincinnati Bengals are traveling to Tennessee to play the Titans.
All right.
Who do you have in this, Diego?
All right, people. So let me tell you something. I am on the Bengals bandwagon. Yeah. I'm on with Burrow. And this is the same thing that happened last year, right? Burrow. They started off slow. Then mid-season, they started slowly rising. And then got there. It took to good playoff position. So they eventually made a Super Bowl appearance. I think that's the same thing that's happening this year. They started off slow. They're rising up. Burrow's playing well. They're playing the Titans, who only have a run game and no receivers. So I have red hot Joe Burrow beating the Titans. And I honestly don't see how you can pick against a red hot Joe Burrow, because no one could stop that. Not even Mahomes. When Mahomes played him, he couldn't even win. In Arrowhead, he couldn't even win.
I mean, you sound real passionate about that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you're trying to convince us or really convince yourself. It sounds like you're trying to do some convincing to yourself. Like, did I really make the right pick right here? But you gave a really good argument. And tell you the truth, this was probably the hardest game for me to pick. And the only reason that I went with Tennessee is because I believe that they can dominate the time of possession and keep Joe Burrow off of the field. It's a toss-up for me. I just had to pick a winner, and Tennessee is playing at home, so I picked Tennessee.
Yeah, I agree with Dez. I picked the Titans for that same reason. I think they'll be able to control time of possession, run that ball with Derrick Henry, just milk the clock, keep Burrow off the field. Chase, Jamar Chase, I don't know if he's coming back yet. If he does,
I know he's not coming back. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Yeah,
that's
fine. So I think they've
been
need
winning
to be
without him.
whole.
They're fine. We don't need Jamar Chase.
That the Titans defense is still strong, and is the Bengals offensive line, are they really where they need to be yet?
They're better.
Every time feel like they're better, then they get smashed.
They're better.
Okay.
Did you see him against the Steelers?
We're gonna see this.
Not pass rush they have in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the defensive player of the year there. Reigning.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see. But it's just so funny to see you on the Bengals. You're on the Bengals bandwagon now, so it's like
because we jumped
switched.
Off.
I sure did.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure did. Happily.
Bengals.
After that Browns beat down,
and just so you know, I'm not saying they're gonna win or make.
I think you are.
I'm not saying they're gonna win the Super Bowl, Not saying they're going to even make the Super Bowl. I'm not even going to say they're going to make the AFC Championship game.
So what are you saying?
What are you saying?
For this particular week, I'm just saying that for this particular week, I am on their bandwagon.
Okay.
Yes.
So 1 week you're on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
Just for 1 week. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
momentarily on the bandwagon.
Okay. All right.
When it comes playoff time, I'm probably not going to be on it anymore.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's
a regular season bandwagon.
That sounds like an entanglement to me. But okay. All right. All right. We'll see. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Well, good job. Well, that's gonna be fun to watch. There'll be a lot on the line with that one.
And Burrow's my fantasy QB, so I need him to do something.
And I think that's what a lot of it is. So.
he's actually my fantasy QB also. So
yeah. Your fantasy QB, and then Mixon is your fantasy running back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think that's where a lot of that.
Well, we can see why this pick is being champion right now.
Yeah. Peel it back to layers. There we go.
It's a lot of hope going on here.
All right. And now we have 2 more games to discuss before we go here. We have the 2 where I am on the island. We have first the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are traveling to Cleveland to play the Browns. I am on the island with this one. I have the Cleveland Browns. The Browns have been playing well at home. Amari Cooper is a beast at home.
You're only saying that because he's on
the defense is strong. The Buccaneers are severely overrated right now. I think people are looking at their last couple of squeakers, and now all of a sudden, like, they have put it together and they are back on the map and forgetting how awful they have been. I think we come back to reality and realize exactly where the Buccaneers are, and the Browns will win this game easily. That's my pick, and I will
easily
this one easily.
Huh?
Diego, grab your dad's cup, smell it. Let's make sure he ain't sipping no poison over there, because he's a little delirious right now to say that the Browns gonna win easily. Even to say that the Browns are gonna win, they're the Cleveland Browns, man.
I mean, if you just said they were gonna win, then I have at least have an argument for that. But easily,
convincingly,
jeez. Okay, hold on.
Emphatically.
Okay. The Bucks, I agree, are a tad bit overrated.
Mm-hmm.
They still aren't that good,
mm-hmm.
but they're playing the Cleveland Browns, who are 3-7. I think they can win this game. I mean, you don't have to be amazing to beat the Cleveland Browns.
And then you say they play well at home, or you say Amari Cooper is a beast. What were some of these other things that you were saying? I'm just waiting for all those things to happen. this year, you may be talking about a couple years ago when Amari Cooper was a beast. Maybe a couple years ago when Cleveland made it to the playoffs and they were playing good at home. I mean, I haven't seen any of that stuff that you was talking about this year.
No, man, I see it. They're going to be Cooper. Cooper's been on a hot streak. They're doing it. I feel real good. Baker Mayfield's going to throw for probably 400 yards. I feel real good about it.
There you go. You still talking about last year.
Where's Baker now?
I know.
with Georgia Carolina Panthers.
That's right. All right. So we agree. So I'm on the island with that one, obviously. And then we have one last game. Oh boy. Oh, this happens to be a Thanksgiving game where I am on an island. All right. And I hope all the families watching here for this moment. We have the first game of Thanksgiving Day. We have the Buffalo Bills are traveling to Detroit to play my Lions. And my Detroit Lions are going to get the upset and set the tone and start Thanksgiving right. Yes, I'm calling it. You're hearing it first. You're hearing it first on PICKEM Pros. I'm calling it. The Detroit Lions will get 4 in a row, keep that momentum going, and I'm going to snatch this win and snatch the chain. Lions get it. Yes, Detroit, Deanna, all y'all, I'm with you. I'm riding with you, Lions, Lion Nation, Sims, Mike Sims, everybody. I got you. We're going to win this. There's really nothing y'all can even say to even dispute. I'm just going to sit back and let y'all go.
Diego, I need you to do something for us. Because your dad may be in trouble with some of your family up in Detroit. And you need to call and see what he did and what he or what he said to the family up in Detroit, because it's obviously he's just trying to get back into the good graces of the family for some strange reason that I don't know about. But you know, I had been on the Detroit bandwagon, but to pick Detroit in this game right here makes no sense at all. And really, I think that your dad is trying to kiss up to some family members so that you guys next year can maybe go visit them in Detroit for Thanksgiving. I think he's trying to prep for that and get back in the good graces of somebody up there. I don't know, but I'll leave it to you to do the investigation. Come back to me and let me know, and then I'll understand why your dad picked this pick. Because right now I just don't get it, and it's not going to happen. But I appreciate you doing it, Derrick, because now I get to keep this.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. I will look into that for you. And then me picking the Bills as my preseason pick to win the Super Bowl. I still feel good about that prediction. So I mean, you personally offended me right here.
Oh my goodness.
Some strong words right there.
On a personal level.
All right.
Picking the Detroit Lions. To beat the Buffalo. I mean, they just played at the stadium on Sunday. They're familiar with the environment. I mean, dude, they're familiar with the environment. The Lions are a bad team. The Bills are going to win the Super Bowl, and everyone knows it. Like, how, dude?
Man, Detroit is for real. The Lions are back. They are for real. They have grit.
Were they
Hold
ever
on, let me
here?
sniff. They've got grit. They're ready. They're doing it, man. They got the momentum. They're doing it. And this is on the national stage, and they're going to show the world on the national stage that they are for real.
You're saying they're back, but were they ever here?
I don't know who your dad upset up in Detroit. But he's doing his damnness right now to get back in the good graces of somebody up there. Hey, keep it going, Derrick. Keep it going, because you're doing a good job. Whoever you need to kiss up to right now, you're doing a good job in Detroit, because the whole entire world know that the Detroit Lions going to get their tail kicked this week.
Yeah, I need to start investigations.
Oh, I love it. Well, hey, man, it's going to be a great week of football. We are excited. We got some fun games to watch starting off the bat. Man, we're going to come back next week and see where this chain lies. And again, to wrap up again, for fantasy football, just one disclaimer: I am in first place in fantasy. Just an amazing draft.
Hold on, let's just make sure we all know this. I'm not in a fantasy football league with you, so it ain't like he in first place over me. Let's just let the whole world know that.
Well, I scored the most points out of everyone in the league last week, so I am very confident about myself. Joe Burrow, leading the way for me, and Tony Pollard and Adams and others, such others.
Oh man,
yeah. I got a spot here.
Polishing his chain. Oh boy. Well,
y'all keep talking about fantasy football.
No, we good. We'll talk about it no more.
I'm gonna just keep polishing up my chain. Y'all keep talking about that.
Well, hey, Des, happy Thanksgiving to you, man. Thank you for joining us and blessing us. It's been a joy to have this time with you to fellowship and pick these games, and we look forward to the rest of this season. Enjoy. Thanks for taking time out this evening from your family to join us, and enjoy the games. Eat as much as you can, and we'll see you next week, my friend.
Absolutely, man. Y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving down there with the family in Dallas.
All right. So on that note, everybody, until then, we'll see you next week. PICKEM Pros. We are out.
Tavares Jordan.